Hello my beautiful people, you are welcome back to today's tutorial. How are you all doing? So guys, you have seen the thumbnail already. So in today's class, we're learning how to cut and sew princess dart cage art. So it's really simple guys. So let's quickly get started and see how beautiful it is. So guys, if you are new to this channel, please click on subscribe button, turn on your notification bell so that each time I upload a new video, you will get notified. I love you all and God bless you all. So guys, you can see what I have on our table. I have our pattern paper and the fabric that we'll be working with. So this is our boning. Is 0.3 bars thereabout. So this is the regiline boning. So this is our fabric, the African print. We also have our wadding here, the lightest one. Okay, this is our lining. This is our stay. So let's quickly get started. So we'll be needing our shoulder measurement, shoulder to the bust point, shoulder to under bust, and the waistline plus the extension back waistline. Okay, so I'll be attaching to my gown. So my shoulder measurement we're working with is 8 inches because into folder is 16 inches into two part is 8. Let me adjust my camera. So shoulder to the bust point is 11 inches, under bust 14.5 inches. The waistline is 17 inches and 4 inches extension for my back waistline, that is V shape. So it's half of my bust span. Okay, so connect this way with our straight rule. So I know most of us doesn't like this drafting method but this is just for the sake of beginners. Okay, so next into this to connect our shoulder line, come down by ½ inch and place our armhole depth, which is our shoulder divided by 2. Our shoulder is 16, so 2 is 8 inches. So you connect this with a straight rule. For the shoulder slope, you connected this also. So we have to quickly now find our bust under is nipple to nipple is 8 inches, which is 4 we are placing right now. I won't be adding same allowance for the sake of beginners. We'll do that while transferring to our fabric for better understanding. Okay, so connect with our straight rule from the bust point, under bust, waist, and the back extension. So this is it. Find the midpoint because it's a princess dart, that is princess cut. So you step out by 1 inch, unlike our regular bustier that will go in by 0.5 inch. So we connect this way with our curve rule to meet our armhole this way. So let's quickly label it: bust point, under bust, waistline, and the hip line, which is a back waist extension, which I use half of my bust span, that is nipple to nipple. Excuse me. So from the bust point, I go in 0.5, step up of 0.5. So be working with that of 2 inches, that's 1 inch on each piece. So we'll connect this way with our straight rule. So connect it this way, okay, to our curve rule. So you blend it this way as well. Though this is not actually important, but I will trim it out later when we are done because we are working with a boning. So we don't need that pointy part. Yes. So you connect your curve rule to meet the half of your armhole depth that to step out with. So from the armhole depth, see how it looks. So you go in this way, just blend it. So you go in just 0.5 inch. Okay, so you connect it this way to meet this pointy part that will step out with 1 inch. So just to blend it, that is just all. This is another method to draft out your princess dart. Okay, for the center piece, the dart 1 inch there is not actually necessary. I'll be trimming it out. Okay, so let's quickly place our shoulder neck width 3 inches. The neck depth is optional. I'll be working with 4 inches. This is optional, guys. So we are done connecting our neck line. So next thing to this, to place our measurement. The bust measurement I'm working with 42 inches into 4 parts is 10.5 inches. So you connect it this way. The under bust is 8 inches. Sorry, 8.5 into 4 parts. So you place it this way, 2 inches. That's placement. Connect it this way. So the waistline is 8.5 inches, sorry, 9 inches plus 2 inches, that's replacement. So you connect it this way. So as I said earlier, the same allowance will be transferring we'll be adding, sorry, while transferring to our fabric. So connect it this way, just blend it, that is all. So for the back waistline, the 4 inches extension, we'll just connect it. So we could try to make it curvy this way. It's optional. So just blend it this way if you want yours they curvy. Okay, so this is it. If you want it pointy, you connect this way, but not to be adding 0.5 inch as well while transferring to the fabric. Okay, so you will just connect it this way, but note we've not added the same allowance. So this is our body measurement we are working with. So you connect it this, just adjust it this way. But if you are adding same allowance, so let me quickly just add it now for a better understanding. 2 inches same allowance. So you connect it this way. This is it. You just extend it. That is all. So let's quickly, guys, cut it out this way. For the back panel, I will just work with the yoke. So before then, you connect it this way, cut it out. Note you will still add for the hemming the back waistline because I'll be attaching to my gown. So I will need 0.5 inch as well. So this side should look like this. I should add your same allowance. Okay, this way. Cut out the neck area. So the dart, waist dart, blend it this way. So guys, as I said earlier, for that center piece, the curvy area is not needed because it's cage out. So I will trim it out when I am through. So for the main fabric, we'll cut into 2 pieces. The lining is 1. So see, we are done tracing it out. We have also added same allowance. So this is a 0.5 inch. Okay, excuse me. So lining is 1, the main fabric is 2. So it's time to quickly now take the ironing table to add our interfacing. So this is my back panel. Okay, so the back panel is optional. So you could try to work with princess dart as well. So guys, let's quickly move over to our ironing table to add our interfacing, stay, and our wadding. Okay, just the cup area, but we're doing that on the line. For the main fabric, we'll only add our stay. That is all. So you can see we are done adding our interfacing. So this part I mentioned earlier, we will trim it out because it's cage art. But if you're not working with boning, you can leave it that way. So this is it. Trim it out. Notch your bust point under bust for easy sewing. So you trim it out this way. Okay. So guys, if you are new to this channel, please click on subscribe button, turn on notification bell, please. I love you all. So this is how it should look like. You see, So this is the part I'll be using. My neck depth, you see I've changed it to V shape. So the neck depth is optional. I've said that earlier. Both your neck width, okay? So this is my back panel. So this is it. So let me quickly look for my ruler. Okay. So guys, this is the under bust. So you connect it this way with your straight rule. Because this is the piece I'll be using as my cage art. I'll be stitching my boning on. So I will indicate the 0.5 inch I added as my seam allowance. So I indicated this. So whatever you added as your seam allowance is what you should mark out, okay? So I added just 0.5 inch. So trace it out this way to the hemming, okay? So guys, please, if you find this video interesting, click on the like button. Any question, drop it on the comment section, or you follow the link there, Telegram link. Drop your question, okay? So just mark 0.5 inch. So trace it all around. In case you're having any challenge while trying it out, just follow the link there to join the Telegram group. Ask your question, share your video. I'll be there to attend to you. So this is it, guys. So now that we are done with this, we have to now trace our bust point as well to connect it this way. Is if you are confused, use your bust radius, that is the distance from your bust point to your under bust. My here is 3.5 inches to trace it, but it's better for you to notch. Trace it this way. Place your tape on the under bust to your bust point at 3.5 inches, which is the bust radius. So you connect it this way. So for the side piece, I'll work also with my bust radius 3.5 inch. If you try to add 0.5 inch because bows is fuller towards the armhole, but mine I'm okay with this. So just connect it this way. So connect your place your tape on the same allowance from the same allowance which is 0.5 inch you went in with. Then you place your 3.5 inch. So indicate your under bust for easy sewing, okay? Do the same here. Here is the under bust. See how it looks. So for the bust point, you also place a 3.5 inch. This is our bust radius. Find your bust radius you're working on, that distance from your bust point to your under bust. So this is it. So 3.5 inches. So we're stitching our boning from this 3.5 inches to our under bust, okay? So you connect this with your curve rule this way to meet that 3.5 inch I step in with, okay, to your bust line. So we decide to add 0.5 inch, excuse me, as I said earlier. Especially for plus size, make sure you add 1 inch or 0.5 inch. So this is it. So this is the bust point, under bust. So this is it. So indicate it properly for easy sewing, okay? Now We have to quickly now place excuse me, find the midpoint from the bust point to the under bust is 3.5 inches. So I step down 2 inches by 2 inches. So we place another bone in there. So we just connect it this way, a bit curvy, okay, to meet that line, that center piece. Make sure everything mirror, that is matches, okay, so it will be easy for you to stitch because it's burning. So take your time, okay, connect this as well from the same allowance, that 0.5 inch that we went in with, okay. So see what we have. So for the center piece now, excuse me, you step up now 3.5 inches, but it will subtract 1 inch, sorry, 0.5 inch, because it's towards your neck depth, okay. So it will relax properly. So you connect it to meet your under bust as well. So subtract 0.5 inch. So place our bunny here to the under bust, okay. Let's number it now. One bunny there, the second bunny, the same thing here because the dot line. The third one is the bust point. Under bust is the fourth one. And the fifth one is the under bust. So guys, let's quickly move over to our sewing machine. So, excuse me. So for the lining, you can see I added my wadding, this lightest one. Note is burning to give the stability for my bust area, okay, to make my boots comfortable, okay. So place it this way. Make sure your under bust matches, okay. So you place it this way. This is for beginners, or that under bust meeting each other. So place it backstage. When you are through, you turn it over to stitch the down, that is the hemming part. Stitch with whatever you add as your same allowance. Don't forget that. Sorry guys, light has gone out. So I'll switch over to my machine again. So place it this way, 0.5 inch. This is our lining. So watch closely because this is how you stitch on your second piece, okay, both your main fabric, okay. The second piece knot is the boning part, the part to be attaching our boning. So this is how you see stitch on them. So stitch it this way. Sorry guys, I'm doing this for the sake of the beginners. So this is how you stitch with whatever you add as your same allowance. So back stitch, you trim out the unwanted part towards the armhole when you're through. So this is how it should look like. But please, you make sure you give it a very nice press. So if you decide to notch it, give it a very nice press. Or just notch it as well and top stitch. Sorry, iron it and top stitch. So for those that would prefer to notch, this is how you should notch it. Notch it this way. All around. So give it a very nice press. Mine can't do that right now. So when working on this cage art, you really have to be patient. Yes. No. See how it looks. So for those that want to top stitch, this is how you top stitch. Sorry, let me flip it over this way. It will be a bit difficult because I've already notched it. But make sure you give it a very nice press. Top stitch this way. As you stitch, you pull. Make sure you relax properly so that your bows can sit comfortably. So this is it. So pull it. This is the bust point. Pull it this way. So see what we have. So we'll switch it over this way. So you will do the same thing, guys, to your main fabric and the part that we'll be using as our bunny. That is the center piece, okay? So top stitch this way. So guys, you can see we are done. Please make sure you give it a very nice press. Don't forget that. So this is the second part. As you stitch, you pull this way. And give it a very nice press. You can see what we have here. See how beautiful our lining looks. So trim out the unwanted thread. And that is all. So guys, let's quickly move over to our main fabric. So we'll do the same. Join, I've already done that, and top stitch as well. As you stitch, you pull. You can see, stitch, you pull. If you notice, it's not that pointy, okay? Because I've trimmed out that part while we're transferring to the fabric. So this is it, trim out the unwanted part this way. Later, I'll be going in more by 0.5 inch towards the armhole. So open it up this way and top stitch as well. So for the bustier with yoke cage hat is still trending. So guys, if you have not watched it, just click on the link below to take it straight to it to watch it. It's almost the same thing, guys. Just that this is a princess that, okay? Okay, one through. So trim out the unwanted part, sorry. So this is it. So guys, let's quickly now move over to the main tutorial. Yes. So you see, note we've marked the same allowance that we added, 0.5 inch. So just stitch on the lines, okay, that we marked. Okay, so just stitch this way, back stitch. Make sure the under bust matches. So stitch this way. Just follow the line. That is all. Back stitch. Notch under bust. So it will last properly. Give it a very nice press. So stitch as well. Back stitch. Under bust. So please make sure you give it a very nice press, okay? Back stitch. Notch your under bust as well. So this is it. Iron this way. I can do that right now. Iron this way. So iron it this way, okay? Excuse me. So I want to quickly now top stitch the waist, sorry for the hemming to the waist area. Open it up this way. This is not actually necessary. Note is the center piece, so it's not visible. So this is how it should look like, guys, when you are done. So let me quickly now introduce our boning. So top stitch now to that 3.5 inches that will step up with, that is our bust radius, before placing our boning, okay? So it's time to stitch on our boning. As is back stitch. So watch closely, guys. So as you stitch, you pull to make sure the bust area is the last, okay? You pull this way so that your boning will not obstruct your bust area, as a cup area. You stitch patiently. To your under bust. So it's only this way. Back stitch. Flip it this way. Back stitch. So you can see, guys, how last it is. So you must make sure you pull it properly so that the cup area will be, the bust area will be the last, okay? So cut out the boning. So we'll top stitch to the 3.5 inches that will step up with for our bust point. That's our bust radius. Top stitch this way. So you stitch now. Make sure you back stitch. As you stitch, you pull. But before doing all this, guys, please make sure you give it a very nice press, okay? So you pull it this way and stitch. To the under bust. So you turn it this way, back stitch, flip it this way. Exactly what we did on the other piece. So pull it well, okay? So it will last properly. You can see how beautiful it looks already. So trim out the unwanted boning. It's not needed. This is how cupped it is already. So the next step now is the bust point to give it that stability, okay? So trim out the sharp edge, place it this way. Let me quickly top stitch on the boning area. It will last properly. So decide to use sellotape. Okay, sellotape that part for top stitching. Okay, trim out the unwanted thread. So place it this way now from the bust point, that is from the 3.5 inches, that is bust radius that will step out with. Okay, bust stitch, pull it this way. If you don't pull it properly and if you don't place it well, your bows won't sit properly on your cup area. So place it this way. Pull it. So this is the bust point. Okay. Pull. So you bust stitch here. Switch it over this way. A bit fast here, guys. I will explain that earlier. So it's the same method. So just stitch it now. You back stitch. Trim out the unwanted threads. So you can see how beautiful it looks. So we have to clean now. Move over to the step 3. Which is the under bust. Stitch this way. Make sure you back stitch. Don't forget to back stitch. So this under bust is a bit difficult. So you have to stitch patiently. So as you stitch, you pull it, because if you don't pull it, it's going to obstruct your bows. There won't be enough space for your bows to sit. So you pull it this way. Make sure it lasts properly. So you say, pull it. You twist it this way. Back stitch. Then you continue. So let me trim out the unwanted boning. So this is it. You relax this way, pull it to make sure you relax this way. Then you stitch. So when you get to this point, you back stitch as well. So you curve it this way. You pull it to make sure it lasts properly. That is all. So make sure you back stitch. Switch it over this way. Back stitch. Turn it this way as well. To make sure it lasts properly. Trim out the unwanted threads. So you can see we are done with the step 3. So make sure you fit it to make sure it lasts, okay? So this is it. It's relaxed. So you can see how it looks, very beautiful. So I want to clean now, move over to the center piece this way. Place it this way. Excuse me. Backstage. Stage. To meet that 3 inches now, because we subtracted an half inch. So backstage this way. Stitch to meet your underbust. So we are through. Trim out your wanted thread. See how it looks. So make sure you fit it. See how it looks. How relaxed it is. So the last line, you decide to work with just this, but for a plus size, you have to add the last boning, which is the 2 inches away from the bust point. That is in between the bust point and under bust. So place it this way. Stitch. Just make sure everything relax, that is all. My thread, let me adjust it. So, stitch at the tip. Pull it properly to make sure there's enough space for the bust to sit. Backstage. Switch it this way, backstage. So, stitch it this way. Pull it, make sure it lasts properly. So, it's very simple, guys, and beautiful. So, backstage. Trim out the unwanted thread. You can see how it looks. See how beautiful it looks. Give it a very nice press. I can't do that right now, please. See this way. Make sure the dots lines matches. So you pin it down. Okay, pin it down this way. Right side facing the right side facing the wrong side. So this is it. For the armhole dart, make sure you place it to make sure everything relax properly. Pin it. If you can't control it, pin it down. Before doing all this, please make sure you give it a very nice press. So we are just stitching it to secure the right side of our top or our gown to our cage art parts. So for the armhole dart, that is the princess cut, pin it down as well. Just make sure everything lasts properly before stitching. So backstage to make the armhole. So guys, you can see how beautiful it looks. See this, so this is the right side of our top. You can see how beautiful it looks. I haven't given it a press. Yes, I haven't ironed it, but make sure you iron yours so that it will come out beautiful. So this is it. So for the lining, guys, You flip it this way. Right side of our fabric, that is our top, facing the right side of the lining. So pin it down towards the shoulder. Okay, you pin it. So we want to stitch now back stitch. The right side of our top facing the right side of our lining. So make sure you last properly. Stitch. When we're through, I'll be using my hemming gum to work on the neck area so everything will last properly. So this is it. Back stitch. So we have to clean notch it and top stitch on it first. Notch, excuse me, all round. So adjust it this way. You have to click cross check before top stitching on it. So you can see everything is the last. So I'm free now to top stitch. So you pull it to your lining parts, okay, to top stitch. So top stitch on the lining area. So you pull this way. So you can see the wrong side, how beautiful and neat it looks. Please make sure you give yours a very nice press. Okay. So I want to clean out, close it up. Always cross check before stitching. So stitch here. So we're turning it with our lining. Okay, stitch this way. Stitch this as well. Don't forget your same allowance. I only added 2 inches. I'm working with 1 inch, excuse me, 0.5 inch here. Left with 1.5 inches. So guys, you can see that we are almost through. Remove your pins. This way. Take it to ironing table. Give it a very nice press before joining the back panel. Okay, I'm using hemming gum for my neck area. Excuse me. So you can see how beautiful and neat everything looks. So guys, make sure you remove your pins. You can see. So please guys, if you find this video interesting, you can see the wrong side, how neat it is. So make sure you add the wadding, the lightest one, to your lining so that it will give it a stability and your boots can sit properly. Okay, so that is all. Give it a very nice press. Add your back panel. It is, guys. So this is the wrong side. You can see how neat our wrong side is. So the back panel is optional. I've said that earlier. So you can see the underbust. So place it this way. pin it down, run a straight stitch to join your shoulder, your side piece, and that is all. So for the down part of my gown, I'll be dropping the video soon. It's mermaid skirt, so I've done the drafting, but in the next video we'll be working direct to the fabric. Okay, so guys, that is all. Join the side seam, go in towards your armhole. Notice princess that cut, so go in towards your armhole by 0.5 inch. Okay, this way, so everything will last properly by the time it fits your sleeve. So guys, please, if you find this video interesting, click on the like button there. Any question, drop it on the comment section, or just click on the link there to take you to the Telegram group. No, for any further questions. And please, if you are new to this channel, please don't forget to click on the subscribe button, turn on your notification bell, so that each time I upload a new video, you'll get notified. I love you all. I remain your favorite tutor, Chill Living Signature. Bye.